we are starting this new series called Revision. Who loves revision? Anybody? Anybody just like, oh, revision's my jam. I just love it. It's great. Who here loves getting tests back? Isn't that like your favorite activity ever? It's like, oh, great, my test results get back this week from school. I am so thrilled that they're coming back. And so, does any of you, like me, your parents get your results before you do? No? I don't know why in Ireland, but whenever my parents would always get the results before I get them. It's a weird system. But they would always know my results before I would be able to tell them. So there was no way that I could be like, oh, gosh, Derek, you got an F on this test. Your math grades weren't so good. So there's no way that I could go home and be like, I actually really aced that test today, Mom. She already knows what I got. And so there's some fun. I thought I would show you some fun examples from some test papers I Googled. And you know what you can find on the Google? You can find some wonderful things. So let's see. Example. Oh, no, that's a grade 2. This one. Which is the best estimate for the length of a football? 1 foot, 4 foot, 5 feet, or 8 feet? And somebody said 1 foot ball. Yes. Superb. Is that any of y'all? Cool. Let's see. The next one. What we got? We got another one? Oh, yeah, this one. So, what is the strongest force on Earth? Love. Extra credit for that. I see that he got 0 extra credit for. I mean, I thought that was pretty smart. No? Okay. Oh, the next one. This is a pretty good one. So, let's go in order. Number 1. In which battle did Napoleon die? His last one. Okay. Where was the Declaration of Independence signed? On the bottom of the page. River Ravi flows in which state? Liquid state. Wow. What is the main reason for divorce? Marriage. Oh, gosh. What is the main reason for exams? Failure. And what can you never eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? He got an F and an A plus for creativity. Delightful. Oh, this is the best one. Name a solid, poop. Name a liquid, pee. Name a gas, fart. Okay. So, those are some interesting results that I found on the Google. We're just going to leave that one up there for a little while. But I don't know about you, but I hated getting test results back because I don't know about you, but I would go into a test and I would be like uber prepared and I would have studied and studied. Well, I would have studied, but then I would have gone into the test feeling, adequately confident. And as soon as I open the test paper, it's like everything just leaves my brain. Does that happen to anybody else? Like, I don't know why it happens, but I'm like, I have no idea. And so on my French paper, does anybody take French yet? Oh, some people do. Okay, cool. So I'd start off my paper, and I'd be, Je m'appelle Derek. And I would be starting off in French. Je m'appelle Derek. J'habite à Ireland. And then I'm like, I don't know what in the country is in French. So I'd be like, J'habite à Ireland in the countryside. And so this would be my French paper. It would be half French, half English. But anyway, my test results, I always hated getting that back because y'all know my math grade was horrible, right? Y'all know that I got an F in my math. I know, I'm sorry too. But did you ever get on a test paper or like an essay that you write, do you ever get at the top of it says redo? Did anybody ever have to do one of those? Like that for me was even worse because I was like, I have to do the thing again. And so I would have to take out this essay that I've written and I would get a redo. And it's like, okay, I'm getting a second chance here. So I'm getting a chance to get my grade up a little bit, but the effort that I was going to have to put in to do this all over again. So I thought, I could be smart. I could just do a quick edit. I could just go through here and change a couple of words here and there. I could just add in a paragraph here and just keep the main structure of what I was writing. And so I thought, I'll be smart and I'll outsmart the teacher. Never, ever worked. And so I thought that I could keep the same thesis, but just make a couple of different edits, maybe even change the font. If I change the font in there, it's going to look different, change the size of the text. It'll all look different. But that wasn't good enough because the teachers always had seen through my efforts. And so I needed a complete redo. My old work just wasn't good enough. I needed to start all over again. And so I've got another example. And so a lot of you guys know that I do some woodwork, and so I make stuff out of wood and stuff. That's fun. I enjoy it. But I had to do a project recently, and I made a set of cornhole boards. And first of all, in Ireland, cornhole boards aren't a thing. How would you describe what cornhole is to people? I just say you have a bag and you throw it at a hole.
It's a board with a hole.
Y'all can't explain it any better. Okay, cool. So I had to make these, and some people have seen these already, okay? So, person sent me this, and they sent me stuff on Pinterest, and were like, hey, it's a friend of ours, and said, hey, I would love if you could make these. And this is the exact picture. And so I was like, okay, cool. I can do that. And so I spent time putting these things together, and I hand-painted these things, and I thought, great, this is awesome. And then I text through the picture to them, and that's when I get really, really nervous, because whenever I make something, I want them to be happy with it. And so they sent back and was like, it looks really cool, but we didn't want them painted. We wanted them stained. Is there any way you can fix that? I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? You wanted these things stained. Why did you send me through a picture of it all painted like that? I was like, I just did what you asked me to do. And they're like, yeah, sorry. Is there any way that you can take the paint off and stain it? Like, take the paint off? No, there's no way that can be done. And so she was like, do you want a quick little edit? I was like, no, I cannot stain this. I can't do it. And she's like, well, is there any way that you could also have it ready for tomorrow morning? I said, no, because she wanted to give it as a Christmas present. And so what I did was, I made you 2 blank ones. And so I said, I can make you 2 blank ones. Well, let's start all over again, but I don't have the time to stain them. But anyway, I had to start all over from scratch again. She thought that I could just make a quick little tweak, a quick little edit. Who can scrape off paint off a cornhole board and start again? Anyway, sorry, I just wanted to get a little rant out. But anyway, I got a scripture kind of relating about, not about cornholes, but about starting all over again. And so it's a scripture from Mark chapter 2, and it's just 2 verses that I want us to read together. And so it says this. This is from, again, the Message translation. A lot of you guys know that I've been reading out of that recently. So, besides, who would patch old clothing with new cloth? For the new patch would shrink and rip away from the old cloth, leaving an even bigger tear than before. And no one puts new wine into old wineskins, for the wine would burst the wineskins, and the wine and the skins would be lost. New wine calls for new wineskins. So, some of you guys are thinking, why are we talking about this? Here in this passage is a parable, and Jesus is talking to his people, and he's asking here for a total redo. See, whenever Jesus grabs a hold of your life, and I'm not sure maybe if you've experienced this yet, but whenever Jesus grabs a hold of your life, he's not just looking for a quick edit. He's not just looking for just a little tweak here, a little tweak there. He's wanting total transformation. He's wanting to grab your life, and he's wanting to change it totally. He is wanting complete transformation. I wonder, are you in need of renewal tonight? As I said, this is going to be a 2-week series, and tonight we just want to acknowledge some of the areas in which we do need renewal. Next week we're going to talk more about the practicalities, like how do we do that step by step. But tonight, taking and looking at our lives and seeing what ways in which do we need renewal. Do you notice that your attitude kind of stinks recently? I wonder. What's your attitude like at home? What's your attitude like with your parents? Your siblings? Do you find yourself just really quick to be angry? Are you kind of sassy with your mom? Are you kind of, what's your attitude? What's your attitude like at school? Do you notice that you're unhappy? Do you notice that just whenever you're walking around, you just don't feel happy? Do you notice yourself doing things that you know that you shouldn't do? You're falling into old habits, and you're like, I know that I shouldn't be doing this, but it's just what I do. It's just my go-to. I wonder, do you find yourselves doing those? Who here has started making New Year's resolutions? Anybody? Anybody have New Year's resolutions? We got a couple of people. A couple. Anyone got any ones that you'd like to shout out? Any New Year's resolutions? Nothing? Oh, yes. Eat as much food as possible. Yes. Any other New Year's resolutions? Any? None? Okay. Mine again this year was to eat healthier. I told Sunday school this morning, I have a strong desire to want to like salad, but I can't. I want to really, really like salad, but it just never works out for me. And they say that like your palate refreshes every, so how many years? 7 years. It's not true for me. I've wanted to like salad and I get as far as the tomato and I get to the lettuce. And it's just like lettuce should just not be a thing. But maybe some of you guys have started out your New Year's resolutions and it's every year like it's for me every year it's kind of like I'm going to try and be fit, I'm going to be healthy, and so I always try and work out more. And then you go to the gym, and in January the gym is like packed and you can't go on the treadmill because everybody's there. And then by the end of January, start of February, there's like let's go back to normal again because it's kind of everybody's kind of got past their New Year's resolution. But I wonder, this new year, have you set something in place? I wonder this year, have you set something in place that you're going to try and stick to? Like, for example, one of mine one year was, I am going to read the entire Bible in 1 year. I'm going to do that. And I told Sunday school this morning as well, I got as far as Genesis chapter 21. I'm like, don't think this is really going to happen. Let's just jump into Matthew. That's lighter reading. So, I wonder this year about starting something new, revising, looking at your life and saying, hey God, here's the things where I need renewal. Here's the things where I need some change in. And God, I want to invite you in and I want you to help me just transform my life because I want to be closer to you. I wonder if you could set that as a New Year's resolution for yourself. God, I want to grow in relationship with you. I want to further my walk with you. I wonder if that's something that you can start to do this year. Maybe there's some things that you're looking back and you're like, okay, God, I need renewal here. I need change here. And maybe some of you guys are feeling bad about something that happened in your life or something that you did. And you're thinking, there's no way that God would give me a second chance. There's no way that God would love me enough to walk with me. There's no way that God would do that because I've done this and I was nasty to this person and I said this about this person. That's not true because Jesus offers grace. Jesus offers grace. He offers a chance to start again. He offers a clean slate. And he says, I want to change your life and I want to walk with you. I want to walk in relationship with you despite what you've done. Despite whenever you've tried a New Year's resolution and you've failed it 3 weeks in. Despite what you've done in your life, I love you and I want to change you to be more like me. He offers that. So tonight, maybe you're looking at part of your life and you're thinking, okay, this needs to change. Next week, Adam's going to talk about there's ways in which, steps in which we take in order to change those things. But tonight, simply just think about the areas in which your life, in which you need renewal, in which you need transformation, and invite Jesus into that. Invite Jesus into the mess, because he wants to transform you because he loves you. He loves you dearly. The band's going to come forward and play for us the final worship song. But as they do, I just invite you just to close your eyes and we're going to pray. And we're going to just invite Jesus just to come into our mess, into our brokenness, into our current state, and ask him to come and transform. Ask him to come and renew our lives to be more like him. Jesus, thank you so much for gathering us in this space.